Well, g'day ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be doing some gardening. First of all, I'm going to be clearing this patch here, which is overgrown with mallow, which is a weed that's quite common here. I'm going to move all this stuff out, and I'm going to move the poles out, and we're going to move the chicken house onto that patch there. Then I'm going to clean up this bed, which has got, radishes that have reseeded, some old chilies that we didn't quite pick, and we're going to put some tomatoes and a whole bunch of other veggies in there as well. And then right on the last two ones, I think I've got some zucchinis and stuff and some pumpkins that I'm going to put in there, and some runner beans, so that'll be good fun. Anyway, let's get on and check out my gardening effort for today. Got the gloves on, so safety first, and we'll go from there. What's the matter, Chookie? So that bed's complete, which is great. So I've got all the irrigation and stuff out because we're going to move the chook house on top of that. And I'm not going to dig it over or anything like that. I'm not going to take too many more weeds out because that's Mrs. Potts' job. Come here, Mrs. Potts. Come here, darling. So for those who don't know, this is Mrs. Potts. And she's my one and only chicken, and that's her job. There you go. Yes, I know. So once we get the chicken out, I've just got to clean the chicken house out now, and we'll be right to go to move that over. I do have to take the little ramp out because it's really hard to move when the ramp's out, but I'll clean all the stuff out of it, dump all the poo, the chicken manure into the yard, move all the bricks and all that sort of stuff, so we'll get that done now. So while the chookie's having fun in the new bed, I've just got to take the stairs out with my trusty drill. I've stripped the little chicken house, well, not bare, but I've got all the straw and all that stuff out ready for new straw. So let's get this. This is always a pain in the bottom. I'll put those in my pocket so I don't lose them. What do you think, Chookie? You having a good time? Yeah? Okay. Right, Mrs. Potts. I'm going to have to put you in this garden for a second. You can come back here. Whew. Right, you're in here. There you go. Enjoy. Have some chilies. Yeah? It's like a jungle. Alright, let's go and get some help to move this. Right, so we're just going to lift. So if you want to, you go on the back end. Yep. Yeah. So that'll be the easiest for you. But just get in the back. There's no stones or anything. You should be able to Well, you should be able to put your feet, in there. Right, you alright with that?
Yeah.
I'm just going to lift, just put it on the edge and then put it into the bed, yeah?
Sure.
You alright there?
Yeah.
Right, so you just jump in the back, where you were before. So this edge right up against the bed. Oh dear. How's that? It's not sticking out, is that over enough?
Yeah.
Over here. We'll make Mrs. Potts' house the best ever. Right, so that's not sticking out that far there. Don't worry about digging that down. Yeah, that opens, that's good. That's the main concern. All good. Thanks, son.
No problem.
Mrs. Potts, your house is nearly ready. So to do Mrs. Potts' bedding, I just use sugarcane mulch, which is readily available here in Australia. It's a byproduct of the sugar industry in Queensland and New South Wales. So I tend to use this. It's fairly cheap by the bale. I think it's about $14, $14 to $16 last time I bought one. And I'm just going to put this into her nest, so she's got somewhere to lay that's comfortable, and into the nesting tray where she perches and poops and all that sort of stuff. I won't do anything else in there because she's just going to scratch around and eat everything else and just turn it all up for me. So there's nothing else to do in this bed other than put the lid back on the nesting box once I get that going. Good thing about this stuff is that it has no seeds in it whatsoever, so you can throw it in your garden beds. It breaks down. Good source of nitrogen, all that sort of stuff. Just a little lining in there. Just to sop up any mess. So there it is there. You can see just the two nests. She lays in one and sleeps in the other. Sometimes she roosts on those perches. But yeah, it's pretty good. Good little house for 1 or 2 chickens. I wouldn't put any more in there. Really, it's not big enough. There's a bit of a under bit where she needs some shade. But yeah, it's a good little chook house and keeps her dry and easy to get the eggs with the little flap on the back, so that's good. Isn't it, Mrs. Potts? She's not interested at all. So this is the bed we left behind. I did throw some of that straw down from her bedding, but what I'm going to do now is just turn that over. It's a little bit compacted from where she was, and just turn that over with a pitchfork just to break it up a little bit. There's lots of worms in there because of the chook poo, so we'll get that started now. Oh, so Mrs. Potts has moved into a new spot, which she's very happy about, as you can tell. Going through looking for seeds and stuff like that. It's a bit like van life, isn't it? You get to move every 6 months. But it's pretty cool. But yeah, it's a great way to fertilise garden beds if you've got a chook or a chicken or a couple. We put up little barriers. I don't know if you can see this. Little barriers that stop them from getting into the beds to the veggies. But she doesn't seem to wander very much. And we don't have too many troubles with Mrs. Potts because her feet aren't very good. So she doesn't scratch around too much. And I have to keep trimming her claws, her talons, whatever they're called, just to keep her healthy so she can scratch around a little bit. She's getting on. She's getting a bit long in the tooth, but she's still laying probably one egg every 3-4 days, which is, perfect for us. We eat a few eggs on a Saturday, so that over the course of the week there's enough eggs for a couple of eggs for breakfast on a Saturday or a Sunday morning. So, yeah, it's all really good.